Hey everyone, I'm Akash Raj Purohit along with my team members Raj Kutaria and Abhay Tang are going to give you a presentation of our BE final year project. We have named this project LexiContext. I'll give you a quick brief introduction about what LexiContext is. LexiContext at its core is an algorithm which uses natural language processing to determine contextual similarity between two sentences. Now, for a human being, understanding that two sentences are similar or not is very easy. But the same is not true in case of machines. So with the help of our algorithm, we can achieve the task of similarity calculation between sentences. The use cases where our algorithm can be used will be discussed by one of my teammates further in this video. So now I'll quickly give you a walkthrough of the website that we are seeing here. So we have added a kind of a tracking system where we are keeping track of how many API calls have been made so far using the LexiContext API. Now we have a try us below section where you can directly try what our algorithm can do with a website interface only. So I'll just quickly add a sentence here. John is an intelligent man. And another sentence is John is a smart kid. So now by checking the similarity score, we can see that these sentences are about 68% similar. This is because there is an overlap of qualities between an intelligent and smart, so that's why we can see that these sentences are similar, and the percentage is above 60%, that is about 68. uh, I'll definitely urge you to give a try here, and since we are in beta phase right now, we are testing it out with more data sets, so definitely this percentage value will get increased as we are going on. Now that's the basic API that we have exposed of LexiContext. Now where to read more about this API? So we have a documentation section here. If you just head there, you can see what all things we are providing in our API. As of now, we are having a free API with 100 requests per day per API key. So for using our API, you have to like create an account and consume the API key in every request, and for a day you would get only 100 requests for free. This is the base URL that we have, and the path for the sentence similarity request is /sentence/similarity. This part is basically mostly for the developers to understand how they are going to use our API. You have to add a headers with X API key header, and you have to insert the API key here. Apart from this, the request body is quite simple. You just have to have two keys. One is sentence 1 and sentence 2. These are the sentences that you want to compare. Now let's look at the response that you can get. So on a success response, you will get object like this. Here the most interesting part for you would be the data object, where you will get the similarity score. This would be in between 0 to 1, and we have also formatted the similarity percentage value for you, so you can directly use this if you want, or if you want to use this and do some manipulation, that you can definitely do that as well. As well as we will give you a timestamp when your request was made. Apart from this, we have a success status code and all the other things. One more thing that we can see here is a credits section. So if you are using the free API version and if you are implementing in any of your application, we would really appreciate if you could just give credits to our API using the data that is provided here. Now what happens if something goes wrong? Let's say you don't provide the API key, or the API key is not valid, anything of that kind, then you will receive a invalid request response. Okay. So this is the basic, we kept it very simple for developers to use this thing. Now we have also added some examples here in two languages as of now, but we definitely add more. So this is a Python implementation where you can just copy this code, add your API key here, and just test out our API. Apart from Python, we also have an example for JavaScript as well. So this is the basic documentation that we have as of now. We just have a single API endpoint exposed right now, but we might add more in future. So now, as you can see, you need an API key to actually use our system. So let's see how to get those API key. So we click on the user part. You will be asked to sign up or log in. If you are not already logged in, you will be asked to do one of these two options. So let's see how to create an account here. It's very simple. You just add your name. Uh, Okay, so I'll create an account here. Now, please don't try any other emails like temporary emails because we only allow for Gmail, Yahoo, and Hotmails as of now. So please use your authentic email. Now, I have signed up into the system. So if I'll just log in into the system right now, you can see the login was successful. But there is one catch. You have to first verify your email. So as you can see, you are seeing here a message called verify email to get your API key. So obviously you have to use an authentic email to get the verification. So now let's see if you got the email or not. As you can see, I just got an email from the LexiContext, and I'll verify my account here. As you can see, the account is verified now, so I can log in again. And okay, so now we have got the API key. So obviously first verify your account and then you'll definitely get an API key. You can just copy it and use it in your application. So if I go to the API docs right now, you can see the example usage, the API key has been already added. So you can just copy this code, execute it, and it will work just fine. So this is the basic API exposure that we have kept for developers to use our API and try it out. And we'll definitely urge you to use our API. And if you have any feedbacks about it, you can go to the About Us section. And so these are the developers, we Akash, myself, and Raj Kotadia and Abhay Tang. You can reach out at the links given here. Or if you have any doubts specific to the LexiContext, then you can definitely fill this form and we'll get in touch with you. Apart from this, just a simple thing, you can go through our privacy policy. We have kept everything transparent that what all things we are using. And that's the basic overview of and the walkthrough of our website. Now the next part would be explained by my colleagues.
So, talking about the implementation, the system is based on the microservice architecture, where one dedicated service looks after the similarity calculation task, while some other service looks after the user authentication task, and so on. Such an architecture makes the system resilient and quick at serving multiple requests concurrently. The system at the moment serves 100 requests per day per API key, enabling any registered user to make at most 100 requests in a single day. Talking about the accuracy of the system, it is around 80 to 85% and which is bound to get better with time. Now let's have a look at the results produced by the system. In order to test the results, we took a few pair of sentences from the Quora question paper similarity dataset that we got from Kaggle. Looking at the result table, each pair has an is duplicate attribute which is either set to 1 or 0, where 1 implies that the sentences are similar and 0 implies that the sentences are not similar. Also, there is a similarity percentage attribute along with each pair of sentences, which shows the similarity score produced by our system. So let's go through the results. Consider the first pair of sentences. How do I read and find my YouTube comments? And how can I see all my YouTube comments? For which the system produces a score of 91%, which shows that the sentences are similar. And indeed they are. Moving on to the next pair, should I buy car and what keeps children active and far from video games? For which the system produces a low score of 39%, which signifies that the sentences are not similar. And for the third pair, how can I be a good geologist and what should I do to be a great geologist? The system produces a score of 90%, which is high enough to signify that the sentences are similar. Now, what similarity score should be regarded as the threshold for similarity depends entirely upon the user and the application for which the user is using our services.
Hi, I'm Abhay Tang. Now that you are familiar to LexiContext, and exactly know how to implement it, let's discuss real-world based use cases where such systems can be implemented to significantly enhance the end systems. Few of them are forums, online descriptive examinations, AI assistant and chatbots, and textual plagiarism. Let's consider forum as a use case. On forum, there is a good chance that similar questions can be asked in different sentence structure. Suppose a user posts a query and a similar query was already answered, yet the user is allowed to post. Let's consider the following example where we find two posts with similar queries or question. How can I know my content is unique or duplicate, and how do I identify duplicate content? Now both of these posts are in the domain of search engine optimization, that is SEO. Although they have been answered by different users at different timestamps, answers are also similar. This problem can be simply eliminated by comparing the title of both the posts on our platform. So if we compare the titles on Lexicon Text platform, we achieve the similarity of 84%, which is quite high. Now, based upon the user base of the forum platform, when user finds similar queries already answered, they usually manually link newer posts to older answered posts. Such posts can be merged or rather directly linked. In such case, forum owner can use a system to eliminate the problem of redundancy. This may benefit not only as a view of developer of saving resources, but rather increase the user experience on their medium. Another use case is online descriptive examination, where online examinations can be conducted which are not only MCQ based but rather descriptive answer based. Most of the online examination that we have encountered are MCQ based. The reason is simple. An answer can be a boolean value, that is, either selected option is true or false. As our project is NLP based, it is made such to understand and compare sentences rather than words. The concept revolves around comparing the student answers with the resources provided by teacher, matching and comparing the answers with resources and then ranking them based upon their similarity. Rankings then can be checked by moderator, and based upon the moderator feedback, the lexicon model can be further trained in specific domain if needed. Next use case is of AI assistants and chatbots. Response of AI and chatbots can be improved by feeding them more refined data or making them more capable of understanding the query or request by the user. Another use case is eliminating the problem of textual plagiarism. Many plagiarism assessment system fails to check the originality in paper as they compare sentences based on syntactic comparison or word repetition. Since our system understands the meaning of sentences, it will be more effective in checking the plagiarism of content with the data fed to the system. To know more about the project, you can visit lexicontext.ml and check out our platform. Thank you.